What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we have another trailer review that we are doing this weekend. Wayward trailer. Toni Collette solves the problem of adolescence in Netflix limited series. We've talked about this limited series, I think once or twice. Once when the teaser came out, and two when we first heard about it. Like we've noticed amongst other trailer reviews we've been doing recently, it seems to be a trend lately where we hear about something coming up, whether it's a new series. It doesn't have to be Netflix, just any general new limited series coming out, or even a launch of a new show. And we've noticed it more so with a lot of the indie films, mid-budget type films, where we get announcements, we get first look images, and then we get radio silence. We get nothing for months on end. And I've noticed more and more lately that that happens around the time some major film festival, whether it's a couple of them are happening within a close proximity of each other, where we get this big push of what's to come at these festivals, and then they get premiered, and then we might get a review here or there, and then again radio silence. We get nothing, and that length of time can go for either months or even years. I mean, we've seen some that were premiered in 2023, 2024, and now all of a sudden they're popping back up because they're either getting released on some streaming platform, or a studio has decided to swoop in, purchase up the rights, and then start distributing. So all I have to say is this series, Wayward, it falls in that category, right? We heard about it, we were talking about it, and then it was all quiet. So now we have a full trailer. I do remember a teaser dropping for this, but it wasn't that long. It was your typical teaser, 30 seconds or so, not enough to really understand what are we getting ourselves into. But I mean, give them credit, Netflix, you know, I think for the vast majority of what they release turn out to be pretty good. However, I think their Achilles heel though is once they seem to strike, you know, the right chord, so to speak, with a series and get somewhat of a following, they cancel the series. And I mean, this is limited series, so I imagine this is a one and done type thing. But I'm talking about just in general. So maybe it's a good thing this is only going to be a limited series, but we've heard that said time and time again, whether it's by Netflix or anybody else, and it turns into a season thing. So let's jump into the article details, then we're going to watch the trailer. So you're going to be very happy at Wayward, which explores the internal struggle between one generation and the next, what happens when friendship and loyalty are put to the ultimate test, and how buried truths always find a way of coming to the surface. The 8-episode limited series streams September 25th on Netflix. Sinister secrets lurk behind every door. In the trailer below, not long after police officer Alex Dempsey and his pregnant wife move into their new home in the picture-perfect town of Tall Pines, he connects with two students from the local school for troubled teens who are desperate to escape. As Alex begins investigating a series of unusual incidents, he suspects that Evelyn, the school's mysterious leader, might be at the center of all the problems. The show is created by, starring by, we don't care about all that. Names are names. All right, let's keep going. Recurring members include a lot more names. Looks like the majority of this article is nothing but names. All right, let's keep going. Trailer, do we have a poster? We do have a poster. All right, let's take a look at the poster. We think you'll be happy here. All right, already don't even like the tagline. Get rid of the tagline, not needed. We got Toni Collette here. All right, so I mean, pretty decent poster. Not enough to really go by, but in classic Networks fashion, only on Netflix. And then they put this date, which, as you can see, is it takes up more space than the actual title of this limited series, which in my opinion shouldn't. Get rid of that nonsense. You already have up here a Netflix limited series, then you literally have to tell me right below only on Netflix. Well, if you're telling me a Netflix limited series, I can make the safe assumption it's only on Netflix, so you don't need to tell me twice. I mean, you could easily get rid of the tagline up top, take the names, like these two names here, put it right below Wayward, and just put Netflix September 25th, and get rid of a Netflix limited series. You just clean it up. But I mean, I give them some credit. I like the color palette. I like the blending of, you know, whatever this scene is, you know, with obviously the main characters, with obviously there's some doorway in the woods, so that adds a bit of mystery to it. So not sure if they're going down some level of science fiction here, but I mean, beyond that, it's a clean poster. Just don't care for all that. And at least it doesn't have like, New York Times says best series ever. Netflix, cracks the code and puts out another banger. I mean, at least they don't have that nonsense on it. But anyways, all right, let's get back to the top of this article. All right, let's check out the trailer and let's see what Wayward is going to be about.
Valleys, there is a place where your teenager can grow and thrive. My name is Evelyn Wade. I'm the lead youth counselor here at Tall Pines Academy. We use groundbreaking therapeutic techniques to solve the problem of adolescence.
I know moving back to your hometown wasn't exactly our plan.
We deserve this for us and our baby.
This is Tall Pines. Not a whole lot happens around here.
We have a minor unidentified. I can't go back. When you went to the academy, how intense was it?
Evelyn likes to be involved.
Midnight, one more night without sleeping.
You've got questions. I hope taking a peek into what we do has helped.
Which is what? Exactly.
Self-reflection.
Green door was that secret you're keeping.
You're my best friend. I'm worried Evelyn has gotten to your head.
Who would like to run their anger?
This place is bad, dude.
They're doing behind the green door.
Something is off about this town.
We need out now.
Children go in. Something else comes out.
Soon it'll
Be like it never happened.
Want to play a game?
What's that secret you're keeping?
18 missing kids. She's the root cause of all of this.
That secret you're
The only way out of here is through that door. I can't wait for you to meet the new you.
So I'll say this one looks like it's going to be pretty good. For me, this borderline's more on the psychological thriller aspects more than anything else. And the reason why I call that out is very specifically the fact that she's using this bell to control the kids in this school. Because if you notice, every time she rang that bell, like, it was almost as if the kids in the school were trained or taught to either have like a switch turn or react a very specific way when they hear this bell. And obviously the door that we saw on the poster plays a pivotal role in this, because it was mentioned in one of the talkovers that the kids, once the kids go through this, something else comes back and it's not them. And then at the very end she mentions you're gonna like the new you or your new self, whatever. So again, it's almost as if when new kids come to this school, or if they happen, I mean obviously more kids are coming to the school, but they take them through this doorway, a different version or something else comes back out, and then they're trained with this bell to react in a various ways. So I am surprised though, I mean, for something that's going this dark, the color palette, as far as like the scenery and everything, is very vibrant and very bright. And maybe it's supposed to be that way to give that appeal of like a Mayberry type town situation. Like, this is a town where everybody loves everybody, nothing goes wrong, we don't lock our doors, a generational type situation. And yet there's this mysterious head of the school who's now controlling kids, or some other version of them, when they happen to show up at this school, and she controls them all with a bell. Now, and it looks like the kids are like, it's almost like an academy where you send your children there and they live there 24/7, because we saw some dormitories there. So it almost looks like it's like that as well. So it would almost make sense as to why nobody in town might really know what's going on and why she has such a control over them. So Again, like I said, it looks really interesting. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Netflix has a way of putting out some, I think, very good original content. I just wish they would allow some of their content to breathe a little bit before canceling it. But with this one, we're going into it already knowing it's 8 episodes, limited series. So whatever we're going to get, that's what we're getting. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this trailer review for Wayward, coming to Netflix September 25th. Now, we do know it's 8 episodes, limited series. I imagine something like this, they're going to just drop all 8 episodes on day one. Doesn't seem like it's something that big and predominant to say, hey, we're going to do a weekly episode drop. Kind of like, you know, what they've done with similar other shows in the past that were really big for them. This just seems like another typical limited series run. Here's all 8 episodes. Go binge watch it. So anyways, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.